everyone, and welcome back to the HowStation, a place for all how-tos and DIYs. So today's video is a bit different than my usual videos. So let me tell you a short backstory about it. So I needed some air dry clay for my next DIY, and I didn't really have the time to go out and bring the clay, then make my DIYs and wait for it to dry and all that stuff. So I thought that I should look up online if there is any easier way to make clay at home, which can where I can make the clay faster and it will dry quicker. So I started looking for some recipes online, and I went through many recipes, but I realized that it's going to take the same amount of time. So whether I buy clay or I make clay, it is going to take the same amount of time, and I didn't have that time. So then I thought that I should just chuck the DIY that I was in my head and go on to make something else. But then I realized I don't really have the time to think about a new idea and to execute it. So then I was like, let me skip the Sunday video, but then I didn't want to do that. So then I was thinking like what to do for the Sunday video. Then it just clicked my mind that I was planning about making clay, and I went to the recipes online, and most of the time, like almost 85% of the time, we see that whatever is online, it does not work. So today I am going to test it out to see whether we can make air dry clay using some Conflour and Fevicol. So today I'm going to test it out and see whether we can make air dry clay using some Conflour and Fevicol and see if this thing works. So let's begin. So to make the air dry clay, we're going to need just two ingredients, Conflour and Fevicol, or any white adhesive. Now I'm taking little bit of Conflour and adding Fevicol to it, and then I'll mix it together. Now there were measurements given, but they didn't work out for me, so I just kept on adding Conflour or Fevicol as needed. The mixture should not be too sticky or too powdery. It should be that perfect consistency where you can knead it into a dough. I actually want to give a big shout out to those people who knead dough every day. I mean, this is quite a task. So initially I was using just one hand because I didn't want to get both my hands sticky. But towards the end I had no option than messing up both my hands. Okay, so coming back to our video, make sure you're making the mixture on a surface that can be cleaned later, or else my friend, you're going to be in big trouble. Okay, so now I've got this piece of homemade clay and it is now time to test it out. So I'll take a ball and wrap plastic around it. Now I'm wrapping plastic because our clay has glue and it might stick to the ball, making it difficult to come out. Then I'll start to flatten the dough into a circle. Now be careful as this might stick to the surface like mine did. I'll just fix it and then place the clay on the ball, applying very little pressure. I'll then wrap another rubber band neatly to make the border clean. I'll cut off the extra clay and roll it into another circle and apply it to the top. Now this isn't necessary, but I didn't want to waste it, so I ended up doing it. Now I'm trying to blend it here, and I'll even smoothen out everything as much as possible and then keep it to dry for 24 whole hours. So it is now time to see whether this thing really works. Okay, so now as you can see, the join is showing up here. I guess I didn't blend it well. Here I was trying to take out the ball, but it was actually difficult. But somehow I managed to remove it, and then I took off the plastic and then was left with my air dry clay bowl. So yes, it does work. We can make clay using Fevicol and Conflour. So the next time you don't want to go out and buy clay, you can always make it at home using just Fevicol and Conflour. and the only problem that I have with it is that it does not retain its shape. And yes, I've put mud in, and I've put some mustard seeds so that I can get little plants, and I've covered it up with glitter, so just to hide my mistakes, because I couldn't blend it properly, so I just covered it up with glitter. And yeah, that's it. So it does work. So we've tested it out, and yes, it works. So let me know in the comments down below if you want me to test something else and see whether it works or not. If you enjoyed watching the video, please do give it a thumbs up, and I have glitter all over my fingers. And do subscribe to my channel for some easy and inexpensive how-tos and DIYs, and maybe some more test outs. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.